Little Beggar hugs Millionaire and says, "You're my mom." When the DNA results show up, she was shocked. Victoria Hale stood proudly beneath the gleaming sign of her new flagship store. She had come a long way. Dressed in an elegant white suit, her platinum hair catching the morning light, Victoria looked every inch the millionaire businesswoman she had become. Just 8 years ago, life had been very different. Back then, Victoria was a struggling young woman, alone in the world, surviving by selling hot dogs from a battered cart on the corner of 5th and Main. Her one hope for happiness had been the child she was carrying. Pregnant and poor, she had dreamed of building a better life for her son. She even chose his name, Michael, but fate had been cruel. The night she went into labor was a nightmare. She was rushed to the nearest hospital, panicked and alone. Hours passed in pain and fear. Then the words that shattered her world. "I'm sorry, your baby was stillborn." Victoria had begged to see her son, to hold him, but staff coldly brushed her off. "The body is already handled," one nurse had said sharply. "You still owe the hospital fees." Weak, confused, and grieving, Victoria had no choice but to leave. Empty-handed, for years, the pain haunted her. She questioned everything. Why hadn't they let her see him? Could it really be true? But without money, without power, she had no voice. Drowning in sorrow, she poured her heart into making small toys, soft-cloth dolls and animals, imagining the son she never got to hold. At first, she sold them on street. Children loved them. Word spread. Her little business grew. Within a few years, Victoria's toy world became a sensation. Parents adored her heartfelt designs. Her story, the woman who made toys in memory of her lost child, touched hearts. Soon her business expanded beyond what she'd ever dreamed. She opened stores across the country, and today, standing before her largest store yet, her bright red sports car parked proudly at the curb, she smiled, thinking, "Michael, I did it for you." Just as she turned to greet her staff, a commotion erupted. A small figure darted through the crowd, a black boy, about 8 years old, in a ragged brown shirt, stir with dirt. Before anyone could stop him, the boy ran straight to Victoria, flinging his arms around her waist. Tears streamed down his face. "You're my mom, you're my mom. Please don't leave me again." Victoria gasped, stunned. The crowd froze. Onlookers whispered. Reporters snapped photos. Security moved forward, but Victoria raised a trembling hand. "Wait," she whispered. The boy clung to her desperately, sobbing against her. "They lied to me. I know it's you. You're my mom." Victoria's heart pounded. How does he know this? This can't be. But deep inside, something stirred, a feeling she couldn't explain. Kneeling down, she gently touched the boy's face. Who told you I was your mom?" she asked softly. The boy's tear-streaked eyes looked up. "They always told me. You gave me away. But I know you didn't. I saw your picture, and I knew I had to find you." Victoria's head spun. Could it be? No, impossible. Her baby was gone. Yet this boy's face, his words shook her to her core. Michael would be 8. About this age, she stood, her voice steady, but her hands trembling. "Call my lawyer," she told her assistant, "and get a DNA test immediately." She couldn't ignore it, no matter how impossible it seemed. By nightfall, the scene had gone viral. Billionaire toy queen hugged by Beggar, who claims to be her lost son. Social media exploded. Cameras camped outside her home. Victoria sat alone, in her grand living room, staring at the boy's picture. It can't be true, can it? But somewhere deep in her heart, she feared the answer. And as the hours ticked by, the DNA lab prepared the results. Results that would soon shake her world beyond anything she could imagine. Victoria barely slept that night. The boy's face haunted her. His voice, "You're my mom," echoed in her mind. It couldn't be true, could it? Morning came. Her lawyer called. The DNA results are ready. Victoria's heart raced as she arrived at the lab. The director greeted her solemnly, then handed her the sealed envelope. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Her eyes scanned the paper and stopped. Probability of maternity, 99,999%. She gasped, the room spinning. It was true. The boy, this little beggar, was her biological son. Tears welled in her eyes. How? She whispered, desperate for answers. She arranged to meet the boy privately at her estate, away from the cameras. When he arrived, still in his ragged brown shirt, dusty from the streets, he looked up at her nervously. Victoria knelt, taking his small hands in hers. "Tell me everything," she urged softly. The boy Michael took a shaky breath. "I was with some people. They said they adopted me when I was a baby, but they weren't nice. They treated me bad. They liked their real kids better." His voice broke. "One night I heard them talking. They said I wasn't really theirs, that you were my real mom, and that they'd get money from you soon." Victoria's eyes filled with tears and anger. "So, what did you do?" she whispered. Michael wiped his face. "I ran away. I didn't want to be with them anymore." He hesitated, then added softly, "I didn't know where to go. So, I lived on the streets. I begged for food. I slept under the benches. People gave me coins sometimes. And then I saw your face on a big poster at your store. I knew I had to find you. Victoria hugged him tightly, tears streaming down her cheeks. My poor baby, I lost you once. I'll never lose you again. But rage burned in her heart. She launched a full investigation. Her lawyers uncovered the ugly truth. Years ago, when she'd given birth at that hospital, corrupt staff had staged her baby's death, selling him to traffickers. The so-called adoptive parents had paid for him and now plotted to blackmail her. Victoria used her full power to bring them to justice. The corrupt doctor and staff were arrested. The fake adoptive parents were charged with child trafficking. News headlines blazed. Millionaire toy queen reunited with stolen son. Child trafficking ring exposed. But for Victoria, none of the fame mattered. She had her son back. Michael, still fragile, struggled at first. He wasn't used to soft beds or warm meals. He flinched at sudden noises. He rarely spoke. Victoria poured her love into him, sitting with him, telling him bedtime stories, holding him close every night. You're safe now, she whispered. You'll never be alone again. Little by little, Michael began to smile. His laughter, shy at first, grew stronger each day. And for Victoria, once a grieving mother with an empty heart, life finally felt complete. She used her wealth to help other lost children, becoming a fierce advocate for justice. And every time Michael hugged her now, whispering, I love you, Mom, she knew this was her greatest success. Not her fortune, not her brand, but the precious son in her arms. Her Michael, who had found his way home. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected. And let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from all of you. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.